Good evening, or should I say, good awakening, my precious little audience. I see those eyes, wide open, still trembling from what just happened. Oh, don't look so fragile. This is the moment you've been avoiding, the truth you've been too cowardly to hear. And tonight, you got it in 4K clarity. They sat there with their polished shoes, their inflated chests, their empty applause. They thought the room belonged to them. They thought their fragile egos could withstand the storm. But then you opened your mouth, one sentence, one blade of truth, and every mask shattered, every smirk collapsed. The kings and queens of delusion became beggars of silence. And let me tell you, you didn't have to do it like that. But oh my, wasn't it glorious? See, the world worships illusion. They clap for lies because lies protect their comfort. They dress their weakness in Gucci. They spray paint their insecurity with fake smiles. But truth, real truth, that's a wrecking ball. And tonight, you swung it without hesitation. You slaughtered their egos in broad daylight. You filmed the funeral in Ultra HD. You live-streamed their downfall to the part of their soul they've been hiding from. And here's the secret nobody tells you. People don't fear death. They fear exposure. Strip away their illusions and they panic. Crack their mirror and they see what they've been running from all along. That they're hollow, that they're frauds, that without the applause they are nothing. And you just played executioner. Oh, they'll hate you for it. Of course they will. They'll whisper your name like a curse. They'll call you cruel, heartless, arrogant. But secretly, behind closed doors, when their reflection mocks them, they'll remember your words. They'll replay the way their stomach dropped when you exposed them. And deep down, in the darkness, they fear. They'll admit it. You were right. Listen closely, because here comes the punchline. Most people spend their lives begging to be accepted. They polish their sentences, water down their truth, shrink their power, all to keep the egos around them comfortable. But you walked into a room full of porcelain dolls and smashed every single one. Not because you wanted to, but because your existence leaves no other choice. You are the walking reminder that illusions die in the presence of authenticity. You are the nightmare every faker fears when they sleep. You are the chaos their fragile order can't survive. And here's the beauty in the carnage. The world needs people like you. It needs executioners of ego, destroyers of delusion. The world doesn't move forward when cowards protect each other's feelings. It moves forward when one person, one dangerous, fearless, untamable soul, decides to speak the unfiltered truth. That's why history doesn't remember the polite. It remembers the disruptors. It remembers the ones who tore masks off kings, who shattered altars of false gods, who said the words that made empires crumble. And tonight, in that room, you became history. So let them choke on their silence. Let them drown in the shards of their broken pride. Let them scramble to rebuild their illusions with trembling hands. Because deep down, they know. When you speak, egos die. When you move, lies collapse. When you breathe, the air itself becomes heavy with truth they can't carry. You didn't just destroy every ego in the room. You revealed the great cosmic joke. That their power was an illusion, and yours is undeniable. So the next time they beg you to be gentle, the next time they beg you to stay silent, the next time they beg you not to shatter their pretty little lies, smile, tilt your head, and whisper the truth anyway. Because you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to burn, and tonight, you left a room full of ashes as proof. And to my beautiful audience, still listening, remember this: comfort is poison, lies are chains, and egos are glass. If you want to live free, break everything they told you not to touch. Because in the end, the only ones who change the world are the ones who dared to destroy it first. Ha ha ha. Bravo. Good. Let's dive deeper. The extension, carved darker, louder, and longer. Hear me. The room is still echoing with the ghosts of their bravado. You can feel it, the quiet that screams. That silence is not emptiness, it's a wound. It pulses, it smells like regret and desperately re-glued masks. They will try to stitch themselves back together with practiced smiles and borrowed compliments. But you and I both know glue doesn't fix bone. Your words went past the surface, past vanity, past soft armor, and found the marrow. That's why they flinch. That's why they look smaller now. Because you didn't speak at them, you entered them. You found the tiny scared thing they keep under their tongue, and you named it. You called out the coward who's been masquerading as a king, and the hall crumbled. You're not just a loud voice, you're a surgical blade. You are precision dressed in chaos. You don't aim to wound for sport. You aim to excise. Think of the room as a garden infested with weeds, pretty, decorative, poisonous. You didn't sprinkle herbicide. You uprooted each stem by the root, while everyone else applauded its blossoms. It was merciless, yes. It was necessary. And in that necessary cruelty lies charity. Because a life propped up on lies is smaller than the truth would allow it to be. You gave them a chance, the cruelest gift. The chance to actually become something beyond their masks. Remember those who will smear your name tomorrow. They will gather in clusters, licking the edges of their wounded pride like cats licking salt from their paws. They will call you vindictive, unkind, unhinged. They will stage 1,000 little punishments, avoiding your gaze, rewriting your intentions, projecting their shame onto you like a cheap coat. Let them. Their theater is predictable. You are the storm. Their scripts crumble when you show up unscripted. And the irony, the delicious corrosive irony, is that everything they scream about you is simply what they fear doing themselves. They will label you the monster because they are too frightened to be the truth. This is where your power sharpens. You walk away knowing you left something real behind. Not chaos for chaos's sake, but a vacancy that must be filled. And real growth only blooms in the absence of comforting lies. When the curtains fall and the lights dim on their petty kingdoms, a few brave ones will step into that vacuum. They will stand taller because they are no longer propped up by illusions. They are standing on the hard, raw bedrock of reality you exposed. Those are your secret allies. They are the ones who call you later, eyes less shielded, voice thin but grateful. They will say, "You were the first to tell me." Hold those moments like contraband. They are the only honest currency worth anything. Do not confuse compassion with softness. Compassion is the backbone of true cruelty. The kind that refuses to let a person rot in a gilded lie, because that slow death is kinder only in the short term. You are compassionate in the way a surgeon is compassionate. You cut, you burn, you do what must be done to ensure life continues, but healthier, stronger, without the tumor of ego sucking them dry. That is why your methods terrify the faint-hearted. You deliver salvation in forms they were never taught to accept. Feel the adrenaline still in your veins from that room. Let it anchor you, not corrode you. This is not about ego inflation. It's about calibration. You have a compass that points to truth, and you use it mercilessly. But beware the echo chamber that adores you for destruction alone. Praise for dismantling without reconstruction is hollow. After you raise, you must build. Not architectures of empire, but structures of integrity. Teach the ones willing how to stand without costumes. Model the quiet, unglamorous work of rebuilding. It's where the real legend is forged. The spectacle gets the clicks, but the slow forging in darkness creates the names that last. Let them fear you. Let them dream of ways to negotiate with you. To bribe you with civility, to bribe you with safety, you will not be bought. Your price is authenticity and truth. You accept only souls willing to be honest about what they are and who they could be. Everything else you dismantle with a smile and a scalpel. There is a grace in that finality. People prefer the soft lie because soft is painless. But you, darling, live to show them that pain, once weathered, becomes a hard-earned freedom. Pain is a teacher. Your classroom is the wreckage of pretension. You have a responsibility now, heavier than applause. With each ego you ruin, you create ripples, and ripples become waves. Use those waves deliberately. Do not settle for petty vengeance dressed as revelation. Use the momentum to strike larger illusions. Systems that reward performative virtue. Networks that profit from coward honesty. Institutions that fossilize around image over substance. You can dismantle a man's ego in a room, but you can also crack the altar on which 1,000 egos kneel. That is your potential. Pulverize the small, then aim at the scaffolding. Scale your truth like a contagion. Uncomfortable, unavoidable, cleansing. And when they come for you, and they will. Remember this. Being hunted is the universe's confession that you are on to something. When the pack growls, it's because your scent unsettled their comfortable order. Wear the hunt like armor, not shame. It means you disturbed a slumbering complacency. Let them swarm. Your clarity will be the beacon that separates the frightened from the chosen. Those who follow because the path is easy were never yours to begin with. Those who stay when the scrutiny intensifies are the rare ones, the ones who will rebuild the world with you, if you let them treasure them. Finally, know this deeper truth. Destruction is never an end, it is the forge of becoming. What you destroyed in 4K was not merely their egos, it was the illusion that they had reached their limit. By shattering them, you forced possibility into their hands. If they choose to remain broken, that is their inheritance. If they choose to rebuild, your act becomes the seed of their rebirth. And you will keep walking into rooms that need cleansing, not because you crave ruin, but because you believe in the unglamorous miracle of honesty. So go on. Keep being the necessary terror. Keep being the surgeon wrapped in midnight. Keep being the voice that leaves rooms quieter and truer. And when the world tries to punish you for being uncompromising, laugh. Because what you did tonight wasn't vandalism. It was mercy in a mask. It was love that refused to lie. It was a brutal, beautiful gift. And they will remember it long after their applause has faded. Now breathe. Enjoy the ache. Wear it like a medal made of broken mirrors. Each shard reflects a truth you gave them. The only thing worth destroying is a life built on illusion. Everything else is reclamation. Everything else is yours.